Hey everybody, it's Sharon again, another video. I feel like I say that every time. Right now I'm wearing a topper. You can see my own hair underneath. It doesn't really match, but I just liked how it looked. I just styled it, so I was excited to put it on. It's lighter than my own hair, so my own hair is like black underneath, and I didn't curl my own hair to blend, but I just wanted to put something new for the video. So today I wanted to just discuss 3 kinds of toppers I now offer. I plan to stock the 2 new ones over the summer, hopefully in June, July time. Hopefully more in June, but we're just getting started on them. So this is my main topper. I've been making this for a couple years now. It's my classic silk top. It has wefts. This is heavy. It's not super heavy. Like, I'm wearing it right now. My own hair's underneath. But for people who don't have such like high hair loss, or they just want something like more subtle, I personally love these because you don't have to do that much work. There's not a lot of blending. You don't have to like work hard to make your own hair like whatever, because it does a lot. It does a lot of the coverage. It does have a nice amount of hair. This is a big cap, but even the small caps have a lot of hair. Silk tops needs hair. The point of a topper is that you're trying to cover your loss. So if I make this too thin, your topper is gonna have hair loss, and you don't want that. So my toppers in general do have a nice amount of hair. I'm pretty sure I made this for a client who asked for a little bit higher density, so this is a little bit thicker than my usual, but it does have a decent amount of hair. It's thick. So if you don't need this much hair, I'm now making 2 options that can hold less hair. The first one is my all hand tie topper. It's a silk top as well, so it has that natural part. But it's instead of the wefts, I made it all hand tied. So the bottom doesn't carry all these extra fabrics. If you look at my other video, I have a video showing the difference between hand tied. That's some frizz, not frizz, a baby hair that needs cut off a little bit. If you look at my other video, I have a video discussing the difference between hand tied and wefted wigs. This is kind of like the same concept. It's hand tied here instead of wefts. So instead of hair being sewn onto a weft fabric and then sewn onto the topper cap or wig cap, the hairs are directly sewn into the cap. So these do take some time to make, so that's why I'm only going to be stocking them sometime in June or July. But yeah, it's much lighter. It can hold less hair. It's still dense because, as I mentioned before, the thickness of the hair isn't about the wefts as much, and it's mostly about the silk top, because we need to put a decent amount of hair on the silk top because you don't want to have a thinning silk top. So even if like we increase density, if you ask us for like 140% density or 150% density, we usually add that density onto the wefts. So if you're looking for a heavy topper, like a lot of hair, I would suggest going for my wefted ones because we can add a lot of hair on this. The hand-tied ones, we're limited to how much hair we can put onto the cap because of the hand-tied. So if you want high density, my wefted ones are good. If you want medium density, this is good. So this one happens to be, I made this for a client, but this one is a PU surrounding. She actually, we added clips, but I'm planning on taking it off because she plans to glue it onto, she glues the whole thing onto her hair. But we can make it, I plan to make it without this, and then it won't have this. If you need a PU front, if you plan to glue down the front, again, on this topper only has 2 clips right here. I took out the comb. But yeah, so I plan to take out this PU. If you need it, you can ask me for it. I can add it in. The third topper is my summer cap. This was my summer cap, my medium density cap, and then this is my lightest cap I've made so far. I plan to make an even lighter one. Not right now because I'm very caught up with my custom orders, but I hope to make, I know there's some toppers that are tiny like this, and a lot of people have been asking me for them. So I hope to make them in the future, but right now I'm just focusing on these because summer's coming up and I really want to get you guys some good light pieces. So this looks the same as my silk tops because I like my signature look, so I like keeping it pretty much the same, but instead it's actually an all lace top. So the top of it is all lace. The thing is that it doesn't have that gorgeous natural parting that my silk tops have. But this is a lot less lighter. It can carry a lot less hair. You see, it hardly has any hair on it compared to this. I mean, this is a bigger cap, and this is a much smaller cap. I think this is like an 8x8, and this is a 6x6. But you can see through. It's a lot less hair. So if you're looking for very little hair, and when I plan to make those small ones, by the way, it's going to have this, because the silk top needs at least a 5x5, or a 4x4, actually. So I can't really make it. This one has a lace front, but I don't plan to make them all with lace fronts. This is just my test run piece. I'll probably sell it just because I'm trying to test it out. But I hope to try to bleach the knots a little better so you don't see these knots. It's not super obvious when wearing. I mean, like, unless someone's, like, staring at the top of your head. I'm just very spoiled with my natural tops. And I'm sure people who've bought from me a couple of times with these are also pretty spoiled with these silk tops. But these are great pieces for, like, running errands or going to the pool, going to the beach, going to the gym. All people ask me for, because it's light. It's super light. The ponytail is, like, super skinny. I can even make it lighter if wanted. Compared to this, which is, like, basically pretty thick. Again, this is a little bit higher density than I usually make, and it's also a bigger cap, which contains more hair. But this one has a lot less hair. So this is what I plan to make for the summer. I'm going to try to make the top look a little bit more natural. I'm going to try bleaching the knots a little bit. I don't like bleaching knots too much because it makes the roots a little bit weak, which causes shedding. So I'm trying to just figure out a way to make it look the most natural. I like the comb in the front. I personally didn't put a comb on this one because a client asked me to remove her, and it's actually laying pretty flat on me. Again, I don't really have much hair loss in the front, so I don't know if it's just because of that. But again, the comb to remove is super easy. All you need to do is just, like, unplug these little ones, take a little nail scissor or something, and then take these out, and then it just comes right out. So yeah, those are my 3 toppers. My regular one that I've been making for a few years now. This one is my all hand tied one, which it feels lighter on the head compared to this. Like, I'm feeling that it just, like, feels lighter. And then this is, like, my really ultra lightweight one. People might think it's still a little bit heavy for them, but I personally, this feels, like, really light to me, just because I'm used to these heavy pieces. And hopefully I'll make, like, a mono top. It's, like, it doesn't even have this fabric. But again, it won't be as most natural as this. This looks like a scalp. This one also looks like a scalp because I put this white piece in. If I just put it in directly into the cap without this, maybe it still will look good, but it'll be, like, darker. But yeah, just wanted a review on those because a lot of people have been asking me about my summer cap toppers. Oh, one more thing about this. Mono tops, lace tops, whatever, same thing, have reverse hairs. Silk tops don't really have reverse hairs. I don't know if this bothers you. It could be a pet peeve of yours. I've heard people talk about reverse hairs, but they have them, and there's no way to ignore them. I can make them a little bit longer so it's not as noticeable, but, I mean, they don't stick out as much. I notice them because I work with hair all day, and I see them. Let me see that. It's just, like, these little hairs. It's because whenever they sew, the other end of the hair gets, like, there, and if you make it too short, it's, like, going to stick out even more. So I like making them a little bit longer. But we can make them a little bit, even, like, longer than that, but then it becomes thick again, so it's just, like, these little hairs. They're called reverse hairs. Doesn't make it bad quality, just what happens with lace and mono toppers. Again, so a lot of people I would suggest, if you can afford it, if you want to, get yourself a regular wefted or hand-tied topper for, like, going out, date night, weddings, etc., and then one of these for, like, the gym, errands, etc. for the day. I like these. They feel really light, flimsy, comfortable. This one's also a good medium. My all hand tied, and then again my wefted ones. These are more sturdy. These are the sturdiest ones. That's what I've been selling for a while. A lot of my clients like them, but it's good to have options, especially for the summer. Okay, that's all for today. Again, I plan to make a video of how I wash and style my toppers and wigs. I just haven't had the chance to, but I plan to do it hopefully this month. Bye.